Chapter 2. Confusion over the crucifixion. Do the rulers know indeed that this is the very Christ? Howbeit we know this man whence he is, but when Christ cometh, no man knoweth whence he is. John 7:26-27. In 1963, the Ecumenical Council of the Roman Catholic Church took a vote on the question, who was responsible for the crucifixion of Christ. After some consideration, they called for a vote and substantiated the fact that it was the Jews who were responsible for his death. Then a year later, in 1964, for some peculiar reason, the subject was again brought up for a vote. This time the Ecumenical Council voted for the position that all mankind were responsible for the death of Jesus Christ. Why did the opinion of the Roman Church reverse itself in 1 year? This verifies the fact that church doctrine is often changed due to manhandling and public pressure even on such important issues as who is responsible for the death of Christ. It has been stated that Christ's crucifixion on the cross has become the most well-known event that ever took place. So claim the best biblical scholars. No word has become more universally known than this, because the history of the world since the death of Christ has been decisively shaped by that epoch-making event. The principal content of the Christian religion is symbolized in this one word. Internal Standard Bible Enc. 1-825. There was no doubt that the method of crucifixion was a Roman custom, but the crucifixion of Christ had Jewish implications such as offering Jesus a stupefying drink of wine mixed with myrrh, see Mark 15:23, and the removal of the body on Friday evening, see John 19:31 and Deut. 21:23. Our present generation has not only changed their views of who was responsible for the crucifixion of Christ, but now they have changed even the question from who to what. But by evading the obvious, it makes their reasoning all the more suspicious. A book has recently been published entitled What Crucified Christ? This completely changes the procedure of obtaining the facts, similar to a policeman who looks for what killed a person, instead of who killed him. As in any murder, the discovery of some important factors usually lead to the solution of the case, i.e., 1. The motive, 2. The weapon used, and 3. The benefactor of the death. In this murder mystery there was no smoking gun, nor imprisonment of the guilty party, or parties. But, nevertheless, it is not too late to learn, beyond a reasonable doubt, who the guilty culprit is. This is one of those cases where there is evidence to show the use of a hitman. As is often the case, those people most responsible for a crime may not be found at the scene of the crime. They may not be arrested or even called into the courtroom for testimony. Many of the greatest crimes are perpetrated through conspiracy and secret behind closed doors. Even in this case of Christ's murder, we will not be able to pin the responsibility of the crime on just one person, nor on one race of people, nor even one nation. But we will find out who planned his death, who instigated the means for accomplishing it, and who ultimately used others to kill him. However, there are recent opinions and evaluations that do not categorize the crucifixion of Christ as a cold-blooded killing. Such views sound nice and convey a sort of charity for people. They claim that the governments and their times should be blamed rather than the guilty person or persons. But the question remains, who is responsible for the crucifixion of Christ?